G'day fellas, welcome back to Wolf and Spice 3D. So we're about to go and see Smuggler. Hopefully it will work a little bit better this time, now that we have the password. Rather, open up, secret agents.
Yes. Password? Bloodshot.
Open sesame. Well, that was an unusual way to go down.
Our files show that the smuggler is whacked out paranoid. Watch for booby traps. And the latest news? Your brother's team hit some resistance, so they're gonna be delayed while we bring in chopper support.
Right. Now, this is an interesting thing. Is it paranoid if people are really out to get you? Because this guy is paranoid, but he also may have some reason to be. Now we don't want to go through this because that lets loose a very nasty from there. So we're right in the aiming sights the second the robot comes out. Oh, a light switch. Let's equip our multi-tools because we've got plenty of them. And now, because we hacked the panel, no light beams. I don't think we've got the room for that. Pod charger, very handy. So let's head in and meet Smuggler.
What do you want?
Why the booby traps? Afraid of something?
Just precautions.
Against what?
Government's been having some kind of crackdown all year. People I know, they've been disappearing.
Is that so?
Think it's a big joke? Lift up a grate in the street. They got my friend Ford Schick in a secret lab next to the sewers.
A lab? In the sewers? Maybe he was taken hostage by the NSF.
These guys are pros. Definitely government funded.
Interesting. Maybe I'll take a look, but I think you should have a little more regard for the United States government.
If you're serious about going down there and finding Ford, I'll give you a deal on some hardware. Also, you'll need this. It's the key that can open the sewer manholes.
Tell me about the hardware.
I have a scope that will fit most handguns and rifles for 2,200 credits, a bioelectric cell for 800, and some light amplification goggles for 3,500.
Yeah.
Too expensive. Maybe I'll try to locate your friend.
One thing about Smuggler, he knows how to charge. And then some. Alright. Let's head up here and see what's up. Ooh. Stealth mode. Yes, it's that funny video game logic that says stealing is okay as long as you're the main character. That's a very strong security keypad. It's a nice lockpick, and here's a book. So, it's... what's this about? United Democrats took the story to Roman General Cincinnatus, who served as dictator for 16 days in the defense of Rome. Washington resigned as president after only 2 terms in office, but remained president of the Order of Cincinnati. So, okay, that's basically a bit of background information, maybe a little conspiracy theory. Just the kind of thing you'd expect a paranoid guy like Smuggler to be reading. What's this about? One tool or weapon not to be neglected in the arsenal of the modern terrorist is the use of computer viruses to cause disruption to major city services or infrastructure. Nah, can't agree. So if you really want to get officials up in arms, leak their secrets. Can be easily linked to IP tunnelers for a cheap, effective denial of service attack. Following pages will discuss some of the more typical viruses. And this is quite interesting. I have seen this up in firearm ranges all over the world, always in the same order. It's like some sort of firearm religion amongst those places. But yeah, this is actually very good advice when handling a firearm. Right, it's not just something they've written for the game, it's actually up in places, and it's extremely good advice. Anyone who uses a gun should pay attention to that. Meanwhile, back to breaking into this guy's house. So here is the first example of the usefulness of combat strengths. So as you can tell, J.C. Denton is not a superstitious fellow. And we don't have the... Oh, what can we drop just for a moment? Yeah, okay, we'll drop the baton. That is some optic camo. It's quite useful if it lasts long enough, if you've got a high enough skill to use it. So, clip modification, always go on the sniper rifle. But don't drop the sniper rifle. Pick up. Pick up. And let's put that back on 3, and that. We're not really using the sniper rifle yet because we don't have the skill really to use it well. There you go, thank you. So, yeah, that's Smuggler. We'll meet him a few more times, I'm sure, before the game is out. Rip-off merchant in terms of goods, but quite useful for the odd 5-finger discount. And this is an alternate way in and out. This is sort of his bolt hole. And once again, combat strengths. That's one of the nice useful things about combat that is kind of undocumented, is that you can use it to break down doors.
Back off, man.
Sorry. I think I made him a little bit nervous. What's going on here?
Do something, man. They're gonna kill him.
Alright.
Nothing. I checked his pockets. You don't live underground and not have one of Charlie's cards. Make him take off his shoes.
I just sleep down there. They don't give you money unless you're on the council.
Shoes. Charlie has no reason to be stingy if he has a currency encoder.
Did you see that?
Yes,
It was uncalled for. You mug people, great. You need the dough. But you show some respect.
What were they after?
Especially when it's your ally. They came to us. They wanted an underground base.
So those guys were NSF?
Yeah, the NSF gives guns to anybody who wants to fight. A lot of people just take the guns and do what they want.
So the terrorists are based in the subways? The sewers?
They need to move some kind of secret equipment. Our tunnels are like the crossroads.
Tell me how to find this base, and I bet I can get the NSF off your back.
Underworld. Just remember that word when you see Curly. He lets people in.
Well, that was handy. Thank you, mate. No, we don't need a crowbar.
Next manhole I see, I'm going underground, and I'm not coming up.
I can sympathise with that point of view. What have we got here? Oh, died as a candy bar. And that guy had a bioelectric cell. 10mm ammo on that body. Yeah, so anyway, Smuggler reckons that there's some other dudes who aren't NSF, but who are running around in the sewers. Looking for... Oh yeah, that was the guy's bank account. We can rob his bank if we want to. So he reckons they're running around in the sewers and taking people hostage. So he's a paranoid nut, but it's worth checking out. And besides, the sewers may give us a route to the NSF in the warehouse. But we'll do that in the next video. So until then, fellas, have a good one.